Hello, everybody. Welcome. So happy to be here this evening or this morning, wherever you're at in the world. And I'm excited to see again what messages will come through today. Before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you would like to join me, whether you're watching this on live or on play, where that energy exists, and send it to the world. So I am going to take a deep breath and just come back to this moment right here, right now. Just let that love fall down from above and fill up our hearts and overflow out to the world. And if you are in need of unconditional love energy this night, this day, for your mind, your heart, your body, or any situation, we send it to you now as well. Beautiful. Thank you so very much. All right. So before we get started, I'm just going to put some playlists to make sure everyone is aware. Let me move my tea so I don't spill it. So, of course, we have today was the announcement of number 9 winner out of the 10. So tomorrow, actually here at midnight, will be the final winner. And so here is the um, playlist for the giveaways. It'll mention the weekly contest, how you can sign up for that, which is a 30-minute free personal reading, a drawing that I have each week based on it's actually based on this timeless pick a card. Oops, not timeless pick a card. The weekly energy updates. Let's get that right. So that's the one for that. And then also, December is just around the corner here, and December monthlies are out. So if you haven't checked out those yet, there you go. And all right. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm just going to pop out the chat here and shrink down this other screen. Then I can see everything a lot clearer. And we will get started on the readings. And of course, I am starting where, because I do have Super Chat available now, I am having, of course, donations get priority. So if you need your reading, move to the front of the line. We do honor that energy exchange. And I will go down in order by the free ones. And then if there is a donation, I'll jump out of line, do that one, and then jump back in and continue going where I'm going. So, all right. Thank you guys so much already for all the thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I just feel so honored and to be able to pull all these readings for you guys. And you give me so much love and support in so many ways. And I just want to let you know I'm very grateful. All right, so let's get started. Jazz, you are up first. You want to know, what is this Capricorn feeling towards you? I'm going to use the Naked Heart Tarot this evening. So let's take a look and see what this Capricorn has feelings towards you. No feelings, they're all thinking. All right. Okay. I was going to say, is there nothing? What's going on? No. Well, I called it, right? got all the swords going on, which is all thinking, mindsets, mentalities. So we've got the Heart of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords, and the Innocence of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. So there is a lot of thinking going on. Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn rising, I know. That's the way I see the world. We can get very tasky, very thought-based and thought-oriented, and that is what is going on with your Capricorn. They the Queen of Swords is the balancing of heart and mind, and so there is some emotion that's balancing out a bit, but there is a lot of thought and belief. That Ace of Swords does have them really looking and evaluating what they're thinking about relationships and situations and different things. So there is some ignition that has happened, but it's generally Capricorns will ignite in their mind quite easily, and it eventually it's a spark that comes from the heart, but the mind just takes over, and that's kind of what is going on here. They just have a lot of reflection that they're doing on their thoughts. Anything else you want to add? Okay. They did throw out one more card. Yeah. Okay. So they're balancing out their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets, exactly what we were saying. So yeah, not so much about emotional movement right now. There was an emotional spark that has them thinking, but that's where they're all up in here. They're up in this realm right now, Jazz. So um, it's going to take a little bit for that Capricorn to balance out all that thinking, because that Saturn energy that rules Capricorn, they love to deep dive into their thoughts and really do a thorough job. I know. So um, I wouldn't look for any expression of feelings for a little bit. That's what they have for you right now, Jazz. So many blessings to you. All right. Sio Shanta, you are up. Should you sign the policy your mother gave you? We will pull some cards there. Of course, I have our disclaimer that tarot should never replace professional and licensed opinions and professionals. Um, so we have to disclaim that kind of stuff here in the United States, of course. But we will pull cards, and you, of course, always ultimately make your own decisions. All right. Well, we do have the Four of Wands, which is stable, energy, and it's celebration, it's joy. It's a very bright card. There's the Six of Swords here, which is the movement of communication, the movement of thought and belief, letting go of old ways of thinking, moving into new. And the Seven of Wands is this energy of not needing to defend what you do and where you step up into and that type of thing. So I don't feel any conflicting energy with this. It's just whatever your decision that you make, you might get some people that will be all, why'd you do it that? Blah, 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 blah. You got the balancing here with the Temperance. Um, I feel like with the Temperance card, though, that is the patience and kind of the waiting. And so you might just kind of take your time with it. Don't rush into it. Make sure you read it, and but don't rush into it. Just really take a look there. We have the Innocence of Cups. So Page of Cups, which is about new emotion too. Let me just get one more clarifier here if I could. Yeah, so you have the Tower, which is about things are moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose. I don't know. I'm not getting like a super, super absolute yes or an absolute no. Just kind of that patience card about maybe wait on it. I'm going to pull an angel guide card here for you, because They're being a bit cryptic, aren't they? Like, what is this about? What is this about? So got the harmony and resolution card here. And let me see what this brings in for you here. Says angels of harmony and healing are with you to help you resolve any conflicts that have been disturbing your inner peace. You're being encouraged to call in the light of God and surrender any concerns you have so that the divine can resolve them. Your angel guide is suggesting you release any need to be right or to get your point across, for this will only create more hostility. This is a time to focus on your own inner peace. Dedicate time and energy to doing what you can to make yourself feel comforted and comfortable. Through being more caring toward yourself, you will create harmonious energy that will wash out like a wave to all those around you. Trust that this will happen and harmony will be restored. Angel guidance is encouraging you to stand down from any conflicts that are going on in your life right now. Take a step back to collect your thoughts and breathe. Angels cannot help you unless you create space for them to intervene, and they are with you now and willing to restore peace. They want you to know that they are aware of your challenges and the concerns you have, but unless you have faith that harmony can be restored, nothing can change. This is a time for you to visualize yourself, the situation, and everyone involved enveloped in a golden light of goodness and grace. It's important to know that angels of peace are encouraging you to let them bring peace to the situation. Trust the process. So if this if this policy is in your favor and you feel comfortable with it, I feel like it's go forward with it. But if it's something that's putting you like at risk or putting you liable for anything, I just feel like they're saying, wait, be patient, take a step back, let things will take out. That tower card and that card together is like things will take care of themselves. It's almost like if it's something that will put you at risk and you liable, take a step back and hold on that is what I feel. But if it's something that you feel comfortable with and it does benefit you and it brings harmony, then I feel like that is saying to move forward on that. So that's what they have, Siu Shanta. So sorry that that was so cryptic, but we found clarity. So many blessings for you. All right, self love. You are up next. All right. And you would like a December reading, which is just day after tomorrow. Can you believe it? Whoosh, time is just a flying by. So let's take a look here. What would you like? Self love to know about December, please. All right. Well, looks like you're going to be spending a little bit of time reflecting into yourself. You got the Hermit card, which going into your shell, making sure you're taking some time alone for yourself to really connect to your inner world, allowing spirit and your higher self to really illuminate and guide you on your inner path. Because the moon card is about diving deep into the unknown, your emotions, subconscious, unconscious, behind the veil, connecting to the heavens too. Um, so I just really feel like there's this, it is a timing. It's like with the cycles of the moon too, it's like this is a time for inner reflection to see what seeds you want to plant. Because within those two, I mean, you got two aces that come out here. So you have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And it feels like December is this time to connect inward so that you can, with the Ace of Swords, connect to the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, which allows you to cut away some old thoughts and old beliefs that no longer serve you to bring you some freedom, which brings in the Ace of Wands, which is igniting some new energy, igniting a new passion, a new drive in a new area, because those expectations that were kind of standing in your way, just knocking a couple of them away, opportunities come in, new interests, new places to focus your energy. And I feel like you do get a lot of energy through that inner journey, as well as from that release of those expectations. And, but I do feel like there it is this invitation to get away from a lot of the chaos, a lot of the noise, a lot of things going on, turn inward and upward uh, throughout December. It's really preparing you for some great stuff coming next year. I see just a bright 2023 for you too. They're showing me a huge sunrise, love. It's just, it feels like a carnival next year for you. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, self love. Many blessings for you. Right. Jessica Sample, you are up and you'd like a general for the rest of the week. Sure. Let's take a look here. See what they have for you. So for Jessica, what would you like to know? The rest of the week. Oh my God. Okay. Well, you got some thinking going on, Jessica. All right. I see. I see. So we do want to go to these first. So you've got all these swords going on, and these are good. So I like these for you, especially with what these other two cards are, because you've got, excuse me, the Ten of Swords is the ending, a new beginning of all these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets. The rat here, or the mouse, is not dead. It's exhausted from trying to live up to all these expectations. And the same thing with the Seven of Swords. I love the raccoons, look like bandits. It's these are the thoughts and beliefs that were stealing things from your life, whether it is love or job opportunities or joy or laughter, whatever it may be. So many things that you had yourself under that were placed on you throughout your life, supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's. But I like that with behind all of that comes the movement, right? Yeah, movement of swords, which is the Knight of Swords. And you're in pursuit of this higher truth, which you are looking more and more and more and more to connect to that unconditional love of the higher realms, which is rooted in unconditional love. And the Ace of Swords is two-sided. One, it connects you to that higher knowledge, and the other is that it helps you cut away all those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer serve you. There is a lot of those beliefs that were created because you were praised for things and you wanted more of that. So your mind and your soul, more your mind, creates all these rules to try to get more of it. There's also some pain and some punishment where you felt that you didn't want to feel those uncomfortable ways again. So you also created a lot of rules around that. Well, now that you're older, you don't need so much barriers and so much protection, because you can protect yourself. And so a lot of those can be dismantled and moved out of the way so that you can have smoother movement. And that's what comes in with the Nine of Wands, one of your other cards, little monkey, which is about moving past energetic blocks that have been keeping you back and been keeping you restricted and in that kind of place in your life where you didn't feel you can move forward. And some of it feels subconscious too, where it would be like the example that they're giving me is like, I want to make $100,000 a year in a job, but I can never quite get there. And if I do, I sabotage myself. It's because there's some subconscious rules that are below the surface that are still impacting us, even though we don't realize they're there. And I feel like that is what you're really getting into, and you're understanding things because you're seeing the patterns, you're seeing these things, and you're making progress on them in very big ways. And I feel like at least one barrier is you're really seeing it this week, because with the Seven of Pentacles, you have seen the fruit of other things, and you're actually um, just uh, ready to go in a different direction. It's like you really put some energy and some thought and stress into a certain area, whether it's a job or relationship, or and the relationship can be friends or family too. But whatever this is, you just have come to this point of going, you know what? It's not what I want. I'm going to head off in this direction and go in a different way. So I like that for this week, because you just really like getting to a point. I'm ready. It's over. It's done. I'm moving into this new direction. So I like that for you. It's very empowering. So that's what they have for you, Jessica. So many blessings to you. All right, Val Tags. You are up and you're throwing a baby shower this weekend, and you'd like to know, how will it go? All right. Those baby showers, they can go wild. All right, let's take a look here. So, what would you like Val to know about this baby shower? You got the strength card. Woman, you are going to need some strength. No, that's a good card. That's just funny. I think that's mainly a joke from Spirit. Anything else? Okay. All right. I like this. So the strength card is a positive card, because it just shows the connection that you have with your spirit, and just allow um, things to flow from your heart, like almost from up above and through you. Um, Try to let go of expectations, knowing that you're not going to be able to please all the people all the time, and everyone's going to have their own opinions. But there is movement of cups, Knight of Cups. So there is, of course, going to be some beautiful emotional experiences, a lot of tears, a lot of happy tears, is what it is, because there is the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia. It is memories, and that's where a lot of, I feel like, this emotion comes from, is um, just reflecting on, some it's reflecting on their own childhoods, but a lot of it is motherhoods, like those that are mothers. They're just going to remember, their pregnancy and the experiences they had, and of course, um, after birth, I'm, you know, uh, I'm speaking from Spirit, because obviously I don't know. But Spirit is saying that obviously after you have children, you're so busy, kind of, um, forget, and don't have time to think about how beautiful it felt at times, with feeling that connection within them, within the belly, right, within the womb, and so there is this beautiful reflection, a lot of wonderful emotion that comes in, and the Four of Pentacles is here, which is a solid foundation in the outside world. So with all of this, I just feel like it's going to be a joyful event. Things are going to go well. That Strength card is just realize there's going to be opinions of opinions of opinions. Yeah. Let all expectations go. Just don't try to please everyone. Just enjoy the journey. People will have oh, we should do this game, or we should do this, or, oh, wow, I can't believe they did that. And don't worry, don't get caught up in all that. That's none of your business. Let them have their own blah, blah, blah. enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, enjoy the reflection. Just count on that inner strength as you go through that. So I like it. So that's what they have for you. Yeah. And then the magician card popped out for you. You got everything you need within you. You have the magic wand. Use your energy, focus your energy on what you're grateful for and what you want to have, not what's missing or what you don't want to have going on. So if someone starts to blah, 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 just focus on gratitude and thankfulness for what is and just switch the energy. You have that power. So I like it, Val. So have a fantastic baby shower. Many blessings to you. All right. All right. So thank you so much. So Lucky Star, thank you for your donation, and Kalika as well. So I'm just going to jump out of order here. We'll go to Lucky Star first. And let me find yours here. There you are. You wanted to ask a spirit about a dream. Oh, okay. Let's take a look here and see what we have. So you had a dream and you had what did it mean? And you remember someone asking you to remember the song in the dream, and there were other things going on. So you just want to know what spirit had, they want you to know about what the dream means or what information that they have coming in. All right. So we will take a look here. So let's take a look. So what would spirit like you to know around this dream? Right, yeah, let's take a look here, Lucky Stars, and see what would you like them to know about this dream. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Okay. Well, it makes sense that there was water. Well, there's 2 of cups and 4 of cups. Um so life before the question of remembering the song you were listening to, class of music in the middle of the ocean. Wow, how peaceful. Yeah, there's this energy coming in about love, but I feel it's more about emotional choice. I just feel like there's a lot of it just feels like there's something below the surface of the water, something that wanted to be seen, wanted to be heard, but it wasn't wanting to make itself fully known, and that's why it was coming through music, because music touches the heart, it moves the emotion, and I really feel like it's like you, and it's your heart, they're telling me now, it's your heart that is below the surface. It wants to be moved, it wants to be allowed to express itself, it wants to be able to move forward, but something is holding it back. And I see now with the 9 of Wands here, there's this energy block, and there's something that's below the surface, which would mean that it's subconscious too. It almost feels like they're now they're showing me the little mermaid and the sea witch underneath the ocean, that the heart is being held captive by the sea witch, and it's not being allowed to escape and to be seen. So it's singing the song, which is coming through as, like you said, as classical music, which is funny, but it's like singing the song and it's trying to express itself and trying to be heard and trying to be seen. But there's this thing that's holding it back. And the full card is coming in here, which is about it's wanting to start a new adventure. It's wanting to, and it's funny. They're doing this whole Little Mermaid theme in my head now, because it's like the heart is like the Little Mermaid. It wants to grow legs and walk and not be held underneath. It wants to go explore. It wants to see the world, but it feels like it's been being held back. you have the Six of Swords, which here's a turtle. So movement, and usually this is like a boat in water moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. And so there is this change of thought and belief and mindset that's coming in here too. And when you're looking at that, um, yeah, it's just it feels like it wants to be expressed. It feels like it's being held back. And let me see if there's anything else that they're wanting to add to that. Because yeah, wow. And then you got the Spirit of Cups, the King of Cups. So more water, more water. So it is this love that is calling from deep within that it wants to be let out and expressed. And it's about living your passion, about allowing yourself to love who you want to love, but also allowing yourself to live and not exist. And it feels caged. It feels that sea witch is just, holding them back. and, but it's, but we are our own sea witch. And they're like holding these thoughts and these beliefs about who you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to love, what you're supposed to do. I should have said it because I go, it's like the devil card, the sea witch. Here's the sea witch. She holds us back. Usually the devil card has the, um, like chains around the neck and, or they're chained or they're caged. And that's the feelings that I was getting. And so this is this, um, like cry from your heart to allow the emotions to flow, allow yourself to be free. Um, yeah, because here's the Eight of Swords. This would be the cage. Instead of being kept captive by those thoughts and those beliefs and not being allowed to roam free. And they want the Spirit of Wands, the King of Wands, which is to connect to your higher self, connect to your power, and allow your passion to be expressed into the world. So um, I feel like that is at the core underneath the dream there is that there's this restrictiveness. And even though it feels serene, I don't feel like it felt serene though. It almost felt kind of like you knew you sensed there was something underneath the water. Um, and it seemed like it was calling out to you, right? Um, but that's the clarity that they have for that right now. Um, and I do dream interpretation. So if you want to hit up on Instagram or my email, which is in the description box of that as well. Um, if you give me any details that you remember, Spirit will also uh, give you details on the dream as well. So that is what they have for you right now, Lucky. So hopefully that resonated. And thank you again for your donation. All right, Kaliki, you are up. Thank you so much. So you want to know, how does Dakota feel about you compared to Katrina? All right. Thank you, Lovewise. Okay. Thank you so much. So let's take a look here. All right. Let me see here. I'm just getting. So it's interesting. So I got the Two of Wands here. And the Two of Wands, I feel like their energy is kind of split between the two of you. And I feel like you are on this side and they're on this side. And I'm going to do them first because it's more dramatic that way. So the way they perceive them, I mean, there is a lot of fire with them. There's a lot of passion. There's a spark and there's this lot of energy and a lot of it's like, just this wide variety of stuff, but there's also it feels like there's this, they know that with all this fire, because there's 3 wands cards, with all this fire that they have, they know it will fizzle out, it just feels like it's this and then like a firework, "Look at how pretty," and then it fades and it's gone, and all you smell is the sulfur afterwards, like a demon has come and gone. But for you, it feels like wish fulfillment, like, a faded event, movement of heart, and, um, though it's not as fiery and as explosive, that's dangerous, right? It's like, I don't wanna date nitroglycerin, it's gonna blow up at any moment. But I feel like they have this faded feeling to it here, and they just really feel like it is meant to be, and it does come into, being there, and, the star is a wish fulfillment card as well. It's like this you feel like, a bright star on a dark night for them. So, hopefully let me know if you can, still hear me, Kalika. Um So I was saying, hopefully you heard that this was the faded event here, like it's a faded relationship. And- Okay, great. Thank you. So it's like this faded relationship, like, they know it's like, yes, it's definitely here. And that you are like a star, which I was saying is like you're a bright, bright light on a dark night in their life. And they just feel like you came into their life on purpose for such a purpose, and then this is the movement of cups is the knight of cups. There's romance, there is, the feeling of a higher love in all this, and so this feels so good compared to this firestorm that ends in a, ending a new beginning, right? And so it feels very different. One feels just, I don't want to say sexual, but it feels very fiery, and it's like, they'll blow up. Either it's like just they feel this attraction, or they feel like they want to kill one another. It's like up, and it's like 1 second it's that, and the next it can be that. And I feel like she just, again, it's like dating, or not dating, but hanging around with nitroglycerin. You're just like, if it shakes up too much, it's going to blow up, and it's going to blow up me along with it. And then, but yours it feels like, wow, it feels safe, but it feels fated, and it feels, like hope, because that's the star card too. It's like this hope and this wish fulfillment, and it's um, just like it would be a dream come true. And I feel like, so that's like the, how they feel in comparison. Yeah. And it feels like they need to do this, um, deep, looking into their subconscious, because the high priestess is about them taking a step back and going deep and going into what's going on really within them. And the Queen of Cups is all about double water, diving, being able to dive deep and understand, um, what their emotions are. Because I feel like you ever have, like, it's like, oh, this is a wish come true, but I like bad boys, bad girls. It's like, why am I attracted to people that are going to be mean to me and abuse me and not give me the love that I need, right? And so I feel like, it's, it's because they haven't really looked deeply into their self-love. And the mirror of the other is kind of how they feel about themselves. And they want to feel about themselves how they feel about you, and how they feel you feel about them. And so their journey is to, maybe they need to get burned so that they'll turn inward, right? But that's what I feel is going on. So, and it looks like you did give me 2 donations. Did you have a clarifying question you want around that, since you gave me 2? Yeah. The Hermit card. It's kinda like them saying, you are the star here again, right? And, here's the Hermit." So I feel like they will, end up turning inward eventually, and then you'll be that star to help them, to help guide them. Um, so I feel like they're gonna get burned, and then they will turn to you and go, "What was I thinking?" And you'll be like, "I get it." And then you can help guide them to their self-love and help them realize it's a mirror, and that, uh, recommend how they can, look into themselves and find out, how do you feel about yourself? Because that's why you chose that experience, and you're there on purpose for a purpose, and I really like that. So Jen will read, absolutely, and I do want to pull here from the Return of Spirit deck for you. All right. So what else do you have for Klika? And you've got assistance, please. Assistance. I like this. I call these the spiritual ink blot test. So if you look at that, and we'll see if I can get it. There we go. Before it went back out of focus. Maybe if I hide behind it. There it goes. So whatever you see in there is a special message for you. And then I'll read from the book as well. So it says, we all need a little help at one point or another in our lives. Rest assured, help is on the way for you. There's a huge inpouring of divine and angelic assistance coming to you now. Wow. This card appears for you today to let you know that your need for help has been acknowledged. And whether you have directly asked for aid or not, the universe is stepping forward on your behalf. Boom. This assistance can come in many forms, and sometimes it comes in the form of another person. We do not necessarily have to know them personally for them to influence our lives, but through a series of divinely organized coincidences, a complete stranger can make their way into our personal world, providing the help we so greatly need. At other times, it may be our closest friends who lovingly step forward to assist us. However, we can also experience a sudden shift in circumstances which occurs for no logical reason. And this can happen to certain individuals who we may be having difficulty with. Either something energetically shifts in them, or we suddenly understand how we are to deal with that person. No matter how it happens, it is spirit working in your life. So let this be fair warning. Help is coming. So don't do something silly, such as say, no, thank you, when help is offered to you. Do not let feelings of not being worthy or deserving get in the way. Do not allow your pride or need to be the giver interfere with this divine offering of assistance. You most certainly deserve it. Allow yourself to receive it. Just smile and say, thank you. Just as this assistance comes to you, sometime soon, Spirit will call on you also to provide a loving hand of help to someone else. I wonder who that's gonna be. But I love it. So, that is what they have for you, Klika. So, I love it, and I know, just hang in there. While you wait for the firework display to go off and explode, um, always like I always say, when we're in our pause, we turn inward, we work on our own self-love and our own self-worth, and it expands and it just raises our vibration to draw in that which is more in alignment with us, and it rejects the old things that we used to do when we always did what we always did and then get what we always got. So again, thank you so, so very much for your donations. And those are your readings right now. So many blessings to you. All right. So moving back up. And we'll take a look here. And so, anyone that has joined, donations do get priority. So, I will go down in order of the chat with the free ones. And then, if there's any donations, I jump out and then I jump back in. If you're wondering, what is he doing? That's what I'm doing. All right. So, VD, you are up next. Let me just take a quick sip here. All right. So, what should you work on so that someone in terms of love can enter your life? Healing ways. Okay. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like to see. Anything else? Okay. So you do have the Innocence of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups offers the chalice, the Holy Grail. And anything, with love, like we were just talking about, whenever we, the biggest thing we can do for love and for our relationships going forward is to understand our self love. And to understand our self love, we dive deep into our heart and move inward and upward. The more we can connect to the unconditional love of the higher realms, of that eternal love, never ends, nothing we can do to lose it. We let that be the foundation and we allow ourselves to become the chalice. We allow ourselves to become that cup. And then that love flows down within us and we let that fill us up. And then everyone else gets the overflow. And the change that happens there, because the Nine of Wands here is about our energy and the blocks that we can have to life and to allowing love to come in. And that block is usually a block about how we're loving ourselves. I think it's Rumi that says we don't have to find love. We merely have to discover the blocks that we've created between us and it. And that's usually these mindsets and these thoughts and these beliefs that we have in our human world that makes us like, nope, I have to have this stuff happen in order to be lovable. But it's looking at those and seeing how those are not true. And we do that by connecting to higher truths of our such a strong foundation in how we are so loved without condition by the universe, by the creator, by source, whatever you believe your higher power is. And that releases all of this, the cage that we're in, these, the unworthiness and we're told, look out here for your love. And we do. And we're like, disappointed because it's unstable. Someone goes into fear, like if we're in a relationship and something triggers that person to go into fear, they become uncaring, unloving, selfish, unintelligent, because we're not talking to that human we fell in love with. There's now this cat this cat mind that's in place of them, and it's like a hissing cat, and we're like, I didn't want to be in love with that. And it's real, and then we're like, no, this is not what I wanted. And that's the instability. One moment they're there, you turn away and look back, and there's that cat about to attack you, and that's the instability and the disappointment of the outside world and the love. But and we're always, it's never, with whatever anyone gives us in the outside world, it never meets what we're needing, because we are wanting that unconditional love from above. All the love on the outside is always falling short. And so it's always disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, because this is what people are able to give and this is what we need. There's that. But when we're full of the unconditional love from above, we don't need anything from it. And then anything they give is abundance and um, above and beyond. Like we talk about here, sometimes it's, we find our full meal within us, plus first and second dessert. What everyone else brings is third, fourth, fifth, sixth dessert and more. And it's like, all right, I can eat that. I can have more dessert. Sure. And if they're like, no, I don't want to give it to you, you're like, thank you, because I was full and I don't think I could have had any more. you know, it's just different. Instead of it's desperate for our meal out there, we find it inward and upward. And this is your soul coming in here. And it's about developing this stronger and stronger relationship with your higher self, with your true self. And that's where you get your love from. And this begins this new adventure, letting go of old cycles that no longer serve you, and moving into this new one. So that's what they have for you right now, Vidi. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. It's a beautiful journey. I know it's a bit kind of weird and scary at first, but in the long term, um, it's so worth it. So many blessings to you. All right, Miss Honey Love, welcome, welcome. And thank you for your donation. So we're going to jump out of line and we will take a look here. And you go, will D reach out to you or want to reconcile? Let's take a look here and see what they have to say here. All right. You are very welcome, VD. So, Miss Honey Love, what's going on with the D? Are they going to reach out to you? So let's take a look here first. Since there's like two parts, let's focus on one at a time so it comes through clear here. So will they reach out to you? Okay. And then would they want to reconcile? That's what I wanted to look at too. I don't see them reaching out. And this is them wanting to reconcile here. I don't feel like the 10 of Wands feels like they just don't have the energy to be able to do it. This Chariot card is like movement, and the Eight of Pentacles is movement in their outside world. And I feel like they are just, I kind of feel like this is where they feel like they're in their life. They just feel so much burden in their life from everything that's going around in their life. And it's not just like relationship. I feel like it's their whole their energy focus. Do you what I feel is like there's people who go through a dark night or a black cloud period in their life where they just feel like they have a black cloud around them, and no matter what they do or where they go, because of how they feel about themselves on the inside, there's just this thunderstorm that's always around them wherever they're going. It's almost another showing me Pigpen from Peanuts, Charlie Brown. There's like this cloud of dust around him wherever he goes, and it's just like always there. And it's just like he feels so down and feels so burdened, feels so hopeless that he just doesn't have energy. Just to get out of bed, I feel for them is like a huge thing right now in their life. And so they don't have like their, um, this desire to, have any movement in hardly anything in their life, right? Well, I don't feel like the first part of your question, well, the reconciliation, I feel like they just don't even have that in their scope. They just don't have any energy to do anything. Because when the first one, when is he gonna reach out to you? We have the disappointment card, like, no, they're not gonna do that. And um there's this all this energy, this fire around memories, and it almost feels like this is like someone from their past. There's a lot of energy and passion that they're focusing on someone from their past. And I feel like, and I don't feel like the person is even in their life right now either. I just feel like they had like this crush that um it was never reciprocated, and they just it's like that first, and it's not really puppy love because I felt like they really fell for this person hard before, and they are just like, um so that's like the start of their storm, and then it just has never stopped, and they just feel like, no, I nothing ever works out for me, and da 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 da, and they just feel so consumed about their, um, what they feel like everything in life has happened to them, and that nothing had to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels they're so burdened. They're like, look what life, this is like the card. Look what life has done to me. It's poured all this stuff on me, and I have to carry such a heavy burden. And it's like, you're the one that has all this stuff on you. No one else is doing it. And I kind of feel like that is what's happening, is they just feel like everything was everyone else's fault. And because they can't stand to be able to blame anything on themselves, because they have this black and white world where if there's one thing they did wrong, they're an ultimate failure. And so they have to blame everything else on everyone else, but inside they feel very low about themselves. So I just feel, very much, honey love, that they're so consumed with their own despair. It's like they're wallowing in the quagmire of their own despair. I forget where that came from, but it's like they're just like, woe is me, and I don't know what to do. And they feel very down and very just dark in their world. So I don't feel like they have any um, energy to want anything else outside themselves. They're just kind of, I don't feel like they're necessarily narcissistic, but they are very much self consumed, with this dark storm that's around them. And let me see if they'll give me any idea about, will this ever change? Will it be changing soon? Well, it looks like they will have be moving in emotions here. Having These are the old emotions and kind of stuff they're feeling. They're being offered a higher love here, in a pursuit of higher love. Um, so once it gets to that point, are they gonna head away or towards Miss Honeylove? So they have the 5 here, which is the number of change, a change in commitment. Let me see what else here. Mm. With the strength card coming in here, I feel it's more of a more of a therapeutic type of thing. Yeah, because they're going to be leaving behind emotions that no longer serve them. So this is a moving away from. So with everything they're going through, which I'm kind of glad to see that for you, because quite honestly, I think, the message we get from spirit is that when people are no longer in our lives, they're moved out of our lives on purpose, for a purpose, to make room for things that need to be there, and to clear the block of on your path, so you can truly go to somewhere that's more in alignment, which in alignment with you and your future, and who you're destined to be, and what you truly want in your heart. And I know sometimes we fall in what we care about people, but sometimes we also like, double dip chocolate sundays, but we can't eat them all the time. They're bad for us, right? But I feel like they are moving away in this. They're in their own place, and that they moved out of your way. They are going to move and continue to drift, and it opens up for you to head in a direction of something that's more in alignment with your future. So that is what they have for you. Let me see if anything else here. Yeah, so here's confirmation that they were removed out of your life on purpose for a purpose. Yeah, and you have movement of you have Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. So this is movement of thought and belief and mindset, and movement in your outside world too. It's going to take a little bit of time, but there is this allowing yourself to move into something more in alignment with your life. The pause with that Knight of Pentacles does tell you that while you're sitting, that Knight of Swords is looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, and in relation to sorry, we had an Amber Alert come here in Colorado. I just need to, it's all beeping over here on the side. I just needed to turn that off. Sorry about that. But it's about turning inward to understand your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, your expectations around relationship, and find out what you truly desire, not what you think you desire, but find your heart's desire. Because that's why things are being moved out of the way, so you can move forward to that. So that's what they have for you, Miss Honey Love. So hopefully that resonated, but many blessings to you, and thank you again for the donation. All right, Cherry Cola, thank you for the donation. So we're moving on to you. And you just want to know if there's any messages for you. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. And thank you everyone for all the thumbs up you've given the video to. I know some of us can't afford donations and stuff with everything going on. But those likes, that definitely helps out. And those are the perfect price, which are free. And so it does help the channel grow, and it helps the YouTube algorithm share the videos of the channel. So thank you so very much. All right. So let's take a look here, Cherry Cola. What would you like? That's no. All right. What else? All right. I also want to give you a message here from the Angel Guide Oracle. All right, so we'll start with this one. Friendship and union. Beautiful card there. And let's see what message comes in there. So this is a time for coming together. Friendship and other connections are important now. And there is a strengthening in your bonds with others and your capacity to know who your people are. You are surrounded by incredible, insightful, and encouraging people at this time, and it's important to enjoy the friendships and other connections that you have. If you've felt disconnected or out of place for some time, know that you are moving into a far more supportive and joyful space now. Your angel guide is encouraging you to connect deeply with those you trust most. Ask yourself how you can bring the whole of yourself into your friendships and relationships. Be present, listen, open up, smile, laugh, venture forth, and enjoy this time. And I like that because two of the cards that came up is here you had the disappointment and um, the heartbreak and those types of things, which, this is about what feeling disconnected and out of place. I feel like there was some friendships and relationships that did disappoint you. But then you also had the four ones coming in, which is all celebration and joyful togetherness, party, and like the get-togethers and weddings and things like that. So I love that because I was like, all right, that's why they wanted this card to come out. And the extended message for this other card is that if you have felt left out recently or have been wondering if you can trust those around you, angels are giving you clear insights and information to help. Don't concern yourself about any relationships or friendships that have been fading into the background. What's important is that your vibration and energy will attract friends with whom you can be yourself and who can mirror back to you who you are. If there's something missing in a particular important friendship, know that your angel guide is inviting you to ask yourself, what is missing here? How can I supply it? And if you feel that you're struggling to make friends or you don't know who your friends are, invite your angels to assist you in making connections with those who can share and receive in a loving, balanced way. Your angel friends are ready to help you form incredible unions. Wow. I love that for you because you also have the moon card here. And the moon card is about trusting the cycles. If things are falling away, you let them fall away. And like that's what a full moon, it's like you reach this culmination. If things fall away, you let them fall away. The new moon is planting new things. And so there's this cycle of friendships, and some people are there for a day, a week, a month, a season, a lifetime. And knowing that and allowing people that are drifting away to drift away, but also connection to the higher realm is an important thing around this time too. So, and the mother nature, mother nurture. Allow yourself to be selfish about what you want to allow in your life and what you don't. You don't have to, you know. Um, we have all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos that we put this pressure on ourselves that we must do it. We must, put up with everyone. And my middle name is Matt because I let everyone walk all over me. That's what I'm supposed to do. It's what you were taught, but it's not what you have to do. That's just an opinion of people who wanted to walk on you. And you're like, no longer. You don't have to accept that. You get to choose you. So I love that for you, Cherry Cola. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings. And again, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you, Alyssa. All right. So moving back to the free readings, let's scroll back up and we'll go back in line here. All right. So, Vidi, we left off with you and we are at Wave Killer. Let's take a look here. All right. So, Wave Killer, how does Aiden feel towards you, and what is his next action? Let's take a look. What is going on with Aiden? Well, Aiden is a little confused with emotions, it seems. I'll show you cards here in a moment. Give you a play-by-play as the cards come out. All right. Can you clarify that for me? Thank you. And anything about timing on that. Okay. So this is what I was saying. A little confused emotions, head in the clouds, a lot of emotions going on here. So there is um, a lot of different emotions that are going all around in their head. And you also have the movement of cups, which is Knight of Cups. So there is this again movement of emotion, and there's just a lot of it. And I just feel like um, And it's not just you either. It just feels like there's a lot going on in their life that is just has them feeling like they're in a tornado. They just can't get their emotions straight. I almost feel like they're going it's like the hormonal period of puberty where they're just like, "Oh my gosh, I don't I have so much going on in my emotions, I just can't comprehend it." But that's the kind of emotion that they're giving me is like, wow, just so much. It's overwhelming for them. It's almost like someone that has, extremely sensitive hearing and being in a very loud place. It just feels overwhelming for them. Um, Next actions, I do feel here that they will get to this place where their life feels full, because the 10 of Pentacles is about a full life, feeling like your life is overflowing. And that could be where their emotions are coming from, is that their life is so full, they just have so much going on. Um, the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands, is someone that's kind of entrepreneur like, but they're able to really, really super focus their energy. And once they are able to do that, then they can move beyond this energy block that seems to be going on. The Nine of Wands is like there is all these, nine wands that are blocking their way of moving forward and taking action. And but then they realize when they get a hold of their Ace of Wands and take the power and take control, they're able to move one of them aside and move through it. So I really feel like they're, you know, are working on that, but it's going to take some time, and then they will, um, take action. And let me see what that action will be, because I feel like there's a pause going on. Well, they have the Justice card, so they'll be balancing out their lives a bit. So it's going to take them time to balance that. And then the Ace of Swords would be new communication, so they will reach out to you once everything balances out. But when I asked for clarification, they did show me the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is the codependency awareness card. And whenever there's a pause going on, where it's like, what is going on with them? What's taking them so long to take action? Usually means that life has been turned into screen by screen play, like on you watch a video or like a movie on Netflix or whatever. I don't know if they can do it on Netflix, but I know you can do like screen by screen where it goes through one frame at a time, frame by frame. And that's what happens when Spirit wants to slow our lives down so we work on our own self and our own self love and anything that we can do to raise our love vibration, so we magnetize ourselves to bring the things into our life that are more in alignment with what we are truly wanting than doing what we always did and get what we always got. And the thing that they're wanting you to kind of consider while you're in that holding period is the codependency tendencies of overgiving. Like, we have this belief that I have to give 100 of something in order to deserve one back. And we were taught that exchange rate when we were very young, and we just took it on. They were like, no, this is the exchange rate. You give me 100 and I give you one. And you're like, really? They're like, yep, that's your exchange rate. And they did it by making you do extreme things to get their attention, like parents or grandparents or coaches or teachers or whoever we were trying to get attention from. And they taught us that exchange rate, and we kept it because we don't know any better. But now's the time to question that exchange rate because it's not fair. It is unequal. And again, that balancing of that justice is for you too. It's that you can give and receive equally. And so while you're in this pausing period, that is what Spirit would recommend. So that's what they have for you, Wave Killer. So that's it for now. So many blessings for you. Right, Rushi, you are up next. All right. You are very welcome. All right. Just double checking here. And for anyone new coming in, donations do get priority. So I go down in order of the free ones through the chat, and then if there's a donation, I zip out and do that one, and then come back back into the list in order. All right, so Rishi, you are up. So nice to see you, dude. Can you have any messages from spirit guides? Yeah, absolutely. And I do have this angel guide deck, so we are going to pull from there and see what spirit has for you. What your angels would like to say, your spirit guides. All right. There we are. I like it. Joy and contentment. Hallelujah. Let's see if it's a little clearer there. So let's see here. What do they have for you, Rishi? It says, be here now. Enjoy the present moment and all of the positive experiences that have unfolded and are continuing to unfold. A wave of contentment is washing over your life. Contentment is about taking time to reflect on your situation, enjoy the moment, and trust that you are always being guided. Your angel team is encouraging you to follow your heart now. Do what makes your heart and soul sing. Do what makes you smile, dance, and rejoice in the glory of life. Your angel guide is encouraging you to live your joy fully. Know that your ultimate purpose is to live joyfully. And through the expression of your joy, you will reach a state of bliss and contentment. Happiness is the key to inner peace, and you're being given an opportunity to experience it now. Wow. And the extended message is if you find yourself feeling sad, drained, or overwhelmed, know that this is all about to change. In order to usher positive energy into your life, your angels are encouraging you to do what makes you feel alive. Whether you're drawn to pursuing a hobby, spending time in nature or with loved ones, or even having a digital detox, you're being guided to make those moves now. Anything that makes you feel positive, blessed, and joyful will support you in magnetizing more of these feelings and experiences into your life. Your angels are waiting to shine their light and love on your world, so call on them to bring that love in now. Wow. I love that. So whatever you focus on is what grows and expands in your life, right? So I really love that because, we all have, cockapoo doo doo that comes into our life, right? Everyone raises their hand. Yep, we hear you. And if we focus on it, it just grows and expands. But if we instead move our focus to what brings us joy and love and peace and what we're grateful for, that expands as well. And so I do love that. And your angels saying, invite us in. We're going to bring in such love and joy and peace. So I love that message for you, Rishi. So many blessings to you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And hey, Elpedia, thank you so much for your donation. And so we'll jump out and take a look here, and then we'll go back. Yes, thank you so much. Blessings to you. So let's take a look here. Can I know the current messages of Dr. Saeed to me? He's your PhD supervisor. All right, let's take a look here and see what is going on there. Hey, Amira, we will definitely try. Donations get priority, and then I do go down in order with the free chat. So I've got about an hour or so left, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can get that far. All right. So Elpedia, let's take a look here. What are Dr. Saeed's? Wow. Definitely they wanna talk. There's cards flying everywhere. So Dr. Saeed's energy. Okay, none of those so far. So let's see. You've got 3 and 3. So let's take a look at these. All right. So I like these. At first, I know you're like, what? No, he doesn't want to kill you. This is actually a good card for us because even though the rat isn't dead, it's just exhausted. There's been a lot of expectations and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that they've had around, I think, just around the job and around everything. And they are ready for a reboot, a restart. They're ready to end the stress that they have and allow new thoughts and new communication to come in. Um, because you have the 5 of Pentacles here, which the 5 of Pentacles is a change also in value, a change in where you feel your sustenance is coming from. And I like this because it's also with the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is about an equal giving and receiving rather than feeling like you've been left out in the cold, um, and abandoned or left behind kind of energy, right? And I like that 5 and that 6 together because with that 10 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles, I feel like they realize that I almost feel like they've been extra tough on you or they had like an extra high bar, and they realized, wow, that they've really almost feel like they're realizing they've been unfair in some ways on how what they've been expecting and how they've been rewarding you. It's almost like they knew how what skills and everything you have, and so they just treated you like this and everyone else is like this. And they're like, "Yeah, but you're you. I know you can do this, so I expect you to do this." But they reward you like people that are doing that job, right? And I feel like they're realizing this and they're make that's where that 10 of Swords, the rat, they're killing the rat. They're uh changing their perspective and going, "Oh wow, you know what? It's right. In my mind, I have been having this higher bar for them, and that's unfair to you." And I feel like there's this change that they're putting in the value so that they compensate you for the job that you are doing instead of the job um, that they it's and what they're showing me, and sorry I'm interrupting myself, but they're like, yeah, give this example. You know how like a bell curve, like um, they're like grading everyone, but it's like it's grading unfairly because they're keeping you in the same grading as everyone else, though you should be able to get 106% and not just 100%. And so that's what I feel like the energy around that piece is coming in, which makes sense with these other 3 cards coming in because you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which things are about to change in your favor, and which is great. And we have the Heart of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands, which I feel like is more empowerment coming your way, where you are recognized for the amount of work that you do and how you can get things done, and almost like you have, because usually the Queen of Wands does have connection to spirit, and you trust your gut and you trust your intuition, and you're able to. It'd be like the example they're giving me is like there was a student that teachers just can't do well with, or um, they have trouble with, and you have them for a day, and you're like, "Oh, I get what's going on with them. This is who they are, how they are, blah blah blah." Because you just can sense who they are, and you go, "This is what they need." You don't teach them this way; you teach them this way, and they just immediately connect with you, and they get progress, and they're just like, "Whoa!" And I feel like that's kind of the some of the stuff that comes through in this. And then you also have the Page of Swords, which is new communication. Um, in addition to new expectations and new things coming in. So I almost feel like I don't know if you get promotions, but I feel like it's like a bump up or recognition. You get something coming from them. But I really feel these energies that come in that they are really realizing. I think they were so busy, so much stuff going on, they didn't realize how unfair they were being. And now they're making adjustments for that because they're realizing and I feel like there's things that they've seen. They're going, wow, I get it now. I get who you are, and they see your talent. So that is what I see so far. Let me see if there's anything else. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate the energy exchange with that. All right. Yeah, because here comes the Heart of Wands again. So there you are. And then here's the changing and the moving of thought and belief. And then they have the Earth Mother. So this is the new harvest, new beginning, new abundance coming in for you. So that's the kind of energy that I'm seeing there. Um, the Earth Mother can also mean sensuality and that type of stuff. So if that's the kind of energy that you're looking for from them, they also see that. But as they say, don't poop in your own backyard. All right. I think there's one more card here. Yeah. So the Five of Swords. So if you were wondering about the conflicts that you've had, that is being resolved. There's the movement of conflict. They're seeing things from a higher perspective, changing their understanding. So whatever conflict has been going on between you guys is being resolved, and they're resolving it because they're realizing where they were off kilter in the situation. So that's what they have for you right now, Pedia. So thank you so very much, and many blessings to you. All right. So we are moving back up to the free readings. Let me scroll all the way back up here. There we go. So, hey, Queen Libra, you will be up after Cutie Pie Aditi. So let's take a look here. All right. So let's see. A general for the rest of the year, which is what, 4 weeks almost. Anything you need to focus on? What would you like Cutie Pie DT to know, please? All right. Okay. Those and those. All right. So your general here, you've got this is the Innocence, yeah. So you have the Page of Swords and the Justice card here. And the Justice card is all about balancing out your expectations and your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. And you have the Ace of Swords here. You've got the Ace of Swords here. So this is all about connecting to the higher realms, to the capital T truths, and seeing all the thoughts and beliefs you have around what happiness would truly mean in your life, and all these attachments that you've been given this long list of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's about I can be happy when. And the thing about that is that we're never happy when, because by the time we get to when, that when becomes now, the new when has a bunch of other stuff added to it, because we're constantly being added all these small t truths from the outside world of who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to look like, who you're supposed to be with, what you're supposed to own, what you're supposed to do with your life, blah, 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 blah. It's constantly being inundated with new expectations, right? And so this Ace of Swords is for the rest of this year, and you've been working on this. You've been cutting away more thoughts and more beliefs around relationship, around friendship, around work, around education, around your worth, just everywhere. You've been doing this. And because of that, as you continue to do that, You do move into the Spirit of Pentacles is the Knight. I'm sorry, the King of Pentacles, which is about you do achieve and understand a new relation of your worth to the outside world. That's what the Ace of Pentacles does. And the Eight of Wands is about fast movement, a lot of energy that comes back to you because all those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you had before that that you felt you had to do were taking a lot of your energy, right? And that energy comes back to you because it's no longer being focused out there. You're focusing it on here, and that's where this progress comes. Your worth, you see it more clearly because you're looking at self-worth instead of retail price. Retail price is the price we put on ourselves, thinking of what we feel we're worth to others in the outside world. And we never know, and it's always changing anyway because it depends on what mood they're in, because retail price is like retail in the outside world. All depends on who's buying it and what season it is, because you could be a wonderful warm parka coat in the winter in northern Alaska or the Antarctic during, and you're going to be highly sought after and even marked up in price and fought over even as well. But if you're that same coat on the equator on an island during the summer, oh my lord, you're on the clearance rack, or you're even just donated to Goodwill, and that's the fickleness, that's the instability of retail out and there. And so when we base our worth on the outside world, we feel unstable. But I feel like you're really getting that stability with that King of Pentacles on the inside, and that just brings this energy back, this fullness back. And so I feel like that's what focusing your attention on your thoughts and beliefs about defining yourself by the outside world and whittling those away, because we are taught to define ourselves by relationships, friends, family, romantic, work friends, schoolmates, whatever it may be. Situations like job, education, our bodies, our possessions, our bank accounts, but everything out there is unstable. People change or pass away. Situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, catch on fire, stolen. So, what you can focus on is what attachments do you have of your worth to those things, and to start questioning them, and it releases you. So, I like it for you. So, that's what they have for you, Kitty Pie. Aditi, many blessings to you. All right, let me just double check here. All right. So we are to Queen Libra. You are up. And then Jaylin, you will be up after that. So what's coming towards you in money, Queen Libra? Let's take a look here. Let's take a quick sip. Okay. Show me the money. Show me the money. All right, let's take a look. Oh, wow. Well, here you go. So, Queen Libra, you have the Wheel of Fortune coming, which is the change of fortune, which is about the wheel turning towards you in a positive way. So, you do have that coming in. And you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the coin, and it is movement up in the outside world. It shows that you've been doing the work, putting in the time like an apprentice does when they're learning from a master, and now you're ready to move up in the outside world. So your financial situation is about to take a change in a positive direction for you. And you have the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment card. So I really like this. I mean, three positive cards. I mean, if you're going to ask for cards, you can't get much better than these. I mean, there's some of that will be equalish to it, but very, very positive for you. So I really feel that this is coming up. And with that Wheel of Fortune, I don't see any that are about, you didn't get the King of Pentacles or patience or temperance, any of those. So I feel like it's coming quick. Like in the month of December, you will see this. Okay. Yeah. And you got Six of Pentacles, which is all about having so much that you're able to give to others. and the King of Pentacles, which is all about abundance, abundance, abundance. So they just continue to confirm, that you have a lot of abundance coming your way, money, because you specifically asked for money, coming your way in December, and into January. I just feel like it's just going to come not trinkling in, but just flowing in. So I really like that for you, Queen Libra. So don't forget about us when you become a billionaire. So many blessings for you. All right. So Jay-Lynn, you will be up next. Let me just make sure here. Okay. So, hello, Jay-Lynn. Can you please tell me, DL, the down low's feelings towards you? And what will happen between you? All right, let's take a look here, Jay-Lynn. What's happening? What is happening? And thanks again, everyone who's given the video a thumbs up. It's so helpful. The likes, the YouTube algorithm just eats those up, and it wants to spread the Zen love out to the world. So thank you for being a part of that. And just know I greatly appreciate it. It's the best price too. It's free. It just takes a little dip, and then boom, the YouTube algorithm is activated. So thank you. All right. Well, Jay-Lynn, we've got the Ace of Cups, which is new love, which is higher love. So I feel like there is still emotion there. And you got the Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords. So there's a lot of mind. They're doing a lot of thinking about this love, though. So not sure if they're an air sign, but they very much, the king is not only rolls over air, but all the kings get another portion of air. So he's double air. So very much thinking. And so there's a lot of thinking going on with them around emotion. And but they also have my Eight of Cups looks like they're leaving behind old emotions that no longer serve them. And then also here's the Ace of Swords. So the Spirit of Swords wields the Ace of Swords, and it's about them new mindsets, new thoughts, new beliefs too. So it's just they're doing a lot of them thinking about their emotions, what they're leaving behind. And let me see if I can get more clarity on this, because I don't feel like it's you they're leaving behind. Well, hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Again, all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around emotion. The Three of Cups, when I said hold on, because the Three of Cups, when we're talking about relationships, unless there was like joy all over the place, this would normally be a celebration. But without all that, it's like this is like a third party. Like, is there a third person that was involved? And if this wasn't with you guys, then like if there was infidelity or something in their past, or in either of your guys' pasts, there's a lot of this thought and belief. Just every single one of those was emotion and thought, emotion and thought, and emotion and thought. And here's the Temperance, all this balancing out, all this patience, this trying to figure things out and balancing things. So it feels like they don't know what they're thinking, Jay-Lynn. They don't know what they're feeling either. Because it is just like they're going back and forth. It does feel like those scales, like going, yeah, but I feel this. Yeah, but I felt this in the past. I know, yeah, but I felt this. It's just like back and forth and back and forth. I'm gonna pull. Let's get your angel guides involved here. See if anyone will bring clarity around this. Anything else that we can tell Jay-Lynn besides Just be patient. Wait for him to figure things out. Well, so of course, in the meantime, we've got healing energy going on here. And let's see what comes in here. Says angels are enveloping you in healing energy at this time. They are swirling around you, filling your body, mind, and soul with a soothing and peaceful light. They are guiding you to receive this healing energy and allow your body time to return to its natural state of goodness. Healing is actually an energy that goes beyond the body. It's the return to a natural and good state. Healing angels are placing their hands upon you and any situations that may be concerning you at this time. Know that the miracles you are seeking are unfolding before your eyes. You are blessed to receive this card today because the energy it brings will mend any breakages, wounds, or emotionally raw situations that are troubling your heart. Hmm. If anything in your life is broken or disrupted, this card indicates that healing energy is being brought to it. Your angels want you to know that any prayers or calls for help and support you have sent out have been received and that they are working on the case now. Healing doesn't happen tomorrow, it begins today. So you are guided to visualize the best and most loving outcome possible in all areas of your life. See angels of light placing their hands upon anything that may be of concern, and know that when you do this, you allow healing energy to unfold in the present moment. So they're pretty much saying, just call out to us. We're on it. We're on the case. We're going to have things unfold for your highest experience and the most loving experience for both you and for DL and for whoever else. It's going to be the best outcome for you, and to release it. In the meantime, focus on you and your whatever emotions are coming up within you. If they're not of unconditional love, then there's some fear in there. And to really look at your fears, because that'll expand your self-love and allow you to work on you. While he's going through his you can work on your own balancing act that's going on inside you. So that's what they have for you, Jalen. I wish I had more specifics, but they always give you exactly what you need to know right now. So many blessings to you. All right, double, triple, quadruple X. You are up next. All right. And there we are. So what is coming to you on your journey? Let's take a look here. What is coming on your journey for double, triple, quadruple X, please? All right. Okay, and we got these. All right. So you've got the Five of Swords coming in first, which Five of Swords, thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, conflict of those. And I feel like this is not so much outside, even though when we're in conflict in our own, it of course comes out here and causes conflict sometimes between us and others, but it's mainly in here is where this conflict is coming from, because you also have the Eight of Swords, which is about you realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have been making you feel restricted and small and blinded and not able to like move forward in some things. But I like this because the eight is about the awareness that is coming and you're opening up the flow of thought to come in. And you have the sage, the hierophant. And so this is you are learning and you're releasing a lot of these restrictions, these rules. Like this is the rule book that has all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos in your life, and you've been really releasing those and cutting those away. And I like that for you because what comes in next for you then, um, we'll start with this one, is you're learning with the Three Pentacles to really zero in on who you are, not who thought you were supposed to be and should be, and all these opinions people had, but you're really realizing your authentic self. And you're beginning to less and less fear letting people down and having them be all the blah, blah, blah. You know, those people that will always find something wrong in your life. You're learning not to let that impact you because they've done it for so long. It's like you've kind of become numb to it. It's just like it's just noise now. It's like it's white noise. Thank you. It's getting rid of you know um, some of the other noise because you're blabbing. They're so funny. And then you have the other people, because there's three pentacles. One is you creating something authentically you. The other one is the naysayer, the dream buster, the complainer. Then you have the supporter is the other one. And they're the ones that are normally praising you, encouraging you, proud of you. And sometimes they'll throw in a, have you ever tried this type of stuff, which is more apt to take us off our authentic path because when growing up, we didn't want punishment and we enjoyed praise. We try to do stuff to stay having praise coming in because if we don't, they'll join that other group. So it's really with this cutting away of all these, swords and all these the rules and stuff, you are determining who you really are and you're really sticking to it. You're not being swayed by opinions in either way. And I like that because in doing that, you do have new opportunities that come in here with the Innocence of Pentacles, as well as a new awareness of your worth as you relate it to the outside world. So, because of it, you have this confidence and it opens up these new opportunities and it ends old cycles, old ways of looking at stuff, and you're able to move forward into a new adventure. And I like it, but it brings in an interesting challenge for you. You're like, "But what do I choose? There's so many opportunities now," you almost feel confused. And the spirit is just saying, take a deep breath, take a step back, just ground yourself in your heart and what will make your heart sing. Let that be your true north. Let that be the star that guides you in the sky towards what you want in your life. What will make your heart sing. Let that be a huge piece of what you choose on what's coming forward in your journey. So that's what they have for you. Double, triple, quadruple X. Many blessings to you. All right, Angie, you are up next. Let me just make sure no one's made any donations. All right. Okay. Very good. So, guidance for you. You are purging, detoxifying. All right. So we will see what guidance that they have for you on your shadow work, where you have work that you can focus on. And so, as far as people stealing our energy, no one can steal our energy. We can only steal our energy and give it away. I don't know. You probably have heard me. This is a beautiful example, which, well, I think it is because I love vampires. Always have since I was a little kid. But people can't steal our energy. It's like a vampire. In our scenario, they have to be invited into your house to come in. So you hear a knock at the door, you look through the peephole, and you see it's a vampire. Well, you don't even have to answer it at that point, too. We have the power to go, whatever, go away. But if we open the door knowing that we have to invite them in, they're like, invite me in. And you're like, I don't think so. I don't have to invite you. And if you do invite them in, then they jump, you're allowing them to come in and drain your energy from you, right? But if you don't invite them in, then they might say something like, well, if you don't invite me in, you have to give me 2 pints of blood. And you're like, what? Like, yeah, that's the rules. And they hold up this little sheet of paper in their handwriting that says, here's this rule. If you don't invite a vampire in, you owe them 2 pints of blood. And you're like, what? And they throw the two little blood bags to you, and they're like, go ahead. And if we go, well, okay, and we give them, we're giving away our energy. And then they just keep on throwing more bags in, and we keep on giving them energy until we stop. And then we can slam the door. So that is like the idea and the beautiful picture that they have put in my head now about we don't no one can take away our energy. We're the only ones that can give it away. So I like that. And I love the journey that you have on that you are taking on really looking at where you're investing your energy and where you're investing your emotions and your thoughts and beliefs inside of you. So kudos to you on that. Spirit is very um, on board with supporting you in this for sure. So let's take a look here. Okay. So they're like, so here's just reiterating what I just said, the 9 of Wands. We're the ones that put up our blocks. We're the ones that keep us from being able to go places. And we have like the Ace of Wands, our own power is one of the ones that if we remove it, we're able to move through it. So one of the things that they're mentioning for shadow work is realize in each moment where you are focusing your power, because we have like this giant fireman's helmet on with this giant hose, and this hose is constantly shooting out our energy, and wherever we're looking is what grows it. And so because I mean, why is that expanding? And spirit goes, we'll look over here instead. I'm like, oh, that's what I want to grow, that's what I'm grateful for. That starts expanding and this starts contracting. And so, whatever we focus our energy and wherever we're looking, that is what, expands. And so, our power holds in that. And so, they're asking just finding out, even if you have to put like an alarm on your phone or something that brings you back each hour, just to think, what am I focusing on? And when you realize it and you make it your habit of realizing what am I focusing on, then when you find yourself focusing on the things that are lacking in your life or that are in your life that you don't want to be there, you can correct it into what you do want to grow. And it's not right or it's not wrong, it's just different. It's like I'm growing these things that I fear, I'm getting more fear in my life. It's like, do I want that? No. Then we just gently, being so gentle with ourselves, no judgment, forgiving, being so gracious to ourselves, just going, oh, that's right. I want to focus on this. Not like, oh, I did it again. I made a mistake. Where am I focusing my energy? I'm making mistakes. I'm failing. I'm failing. We're expending that energy, right? So again, it's I'm loved. I am love. I love the world. I'm so grateful for all this that's in my life. This is where I want to head and what I want to do. Our energy keeps going to that, and this other energy starts shrinking. Now, that is like the main practice of what we do is what we focus on and where we head. And here we have the 6 of Wands, which is spirit showing your victory and showing um, the recognition of what you've been doing and how well you've been doing on that. And as we do that as a practice, we still have some nagging pain, some nagging emotions that come up that make themselves known day after day after day. And here's the 10 of Wands, which is like, these are the burdens that we have of where we're focusing our energy. And again, they're just reiterating all the energy. It's all about the energy for you right now. But as I was saying, we also, what Spirit wants you to be aware of is that even if this is our main practice of focusing on what we're grateful for and what we do want to have in our life, we're going to have these things that every day keep on trying to get our attention like a little kid. Hey, 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 hey. And that's our little child self that is wanting us to dive deep into our emotions because there's some emotions that are down there. And this is like where you're getting into the shadow work. And these will be those fears that arise every single day or several times a week. Those things are asking for our attention because they are still underneath the surface down here impacting us. So anything that you can do to look into, like if you have an emotion that's not of unconditional love, there's usually a fear attached to it. And if there's a fear that is bringing itself up on a daily basis or weekly basis, we can look into that. What's at the core of it? When's the last time I felt like this? When's the last time before that? Get back to your childhood. It's going to be mentally between 7 and 14 if it's a mental thing, like a belief or thought, a mindset. If it's emotional, it's going to be 7 years and younger. But we get into that, into the unconscious, the subconscious, and bring it from down there into our consciousness, and a lot of it takes care of itself. But when we do contemplation and thinking about things, like, let me try to think of something. What do they want? What do you want to use as an example? Okay. So when someone doesn't, something popped up here. Yeah, Three of Cups. Spirit is always with you. They're like, ask us. And here they are. This represents all your posse of support that's around you. But what the example they gave is like, if it's something each week of like someone is disappointing us, they're not um, doing things that are showing us that they love us. And we have this mindset that we think they should love us. And so we're disappointed because it's family not doing something, it's friends not doing something. If it's a romantic person that's not doing something, we're realizing that there's a fear there. It means something about me. What story am I putting to their actions? And why do I have that story? Then we go back and we find out, where did I learn that? Was it a movie? Was it friends or family or parents or whatever that said, on your birthday everyone must give you a gift? What if you don't get one? Oh, it means I'm unlovable. Whatever it is, you can go back and look at that. And that when you get to the root of it and you understand it, then you can release it and you can start creating a new habit around it. So that's the guidance they have for you right now, Aji. So many blessings to you, and hang in there. Enjoy the journey and the adventure. All right. So we'll keep on going down the list here. All right. So we are to Shruti Kumari, and I'm about at 2 hours, so I got about a half an hour left. I'm going to try to every half hour just to remind everyone, especially new people coming in. I usually stand about 2.5 hours. Donations do get priority, so if you are like, I need to know something, if you make a donation, I'll bump your reading to the top. I'll continue going down the list in order for the free readings. But if it's urgent and you're able to make a donation, then that helps prioritize it and move it up. So right now we're on Shruti Kumari. So what are your dreams trying to tell you? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. I tell you, this year especially, maybe it's because of all the readings I've been doing, but I have been having nonstop bizarre dreams that are so vivid. So I get it. Okay. So they are telling me. I was about to say around the moon, the full moons and the new moons especially, which we have we just had a new moon last week. But there's all the subconscious and unconscious things, and definitely during our dreams is when our mind is less involved and at rest, and that's when spirit can really come in and speak to us so much. So this is them saying like, yeah, we definitely do have these on purpose for a purpose. If you're able to do a dream journal and as soon as you wake up, write them down, or if you wake up in the middle of the night from the dream and go, oh my God, what was that? Even if you have your phone where you can do a little, text yourself, or if you have a little voice thing, and just go, "Oh my god, this dream was blah 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 blah," and then go to sleep, back to sleep, or whatever. Or if as soon as you wake up in the morning, if you're remembering the dream, write them down, because you'll start to see patterns, you'll start to see things. I do dream interpretation. Well, spirit does dream interpretation. I just channel it because that's all it is the higher realms going, yeah, this is what we're trying to tell them. Um, and But it's amazing because usually the people in our dream are not the people that they are um, appearing to be. It is who our mind and our soul will allow them uh, to receive messages from, if that makes sense. Like if you're having trouble, like with a parent or a boss or your partner, you might have someone appear in your dream that is you're okay to hate, and because you don't feel okay hating or having being angry at your partner or your parents, this other person will come in and you'll have the aggression and everything, but it's your soul trying to allow you to start dealing with that anger that you have in a safe place, because they don't want to just go in and go, here's your parent and here's what's going on, because you'd be like, no, I deny it, I will not want to see it. So there's a lot going on in there around your dreams and what they're trying to tell you. Um, they are showing you your power here with the magician, and then also the ace of swords, which is showing you wielding your sword, which is allowing you to understand more and cut away expectations and thoughts and beliefs. And the magician card is you taking charge and not sitting back waiting. It's about you making forward movement. So I feel like your dreams are probably telling you things about yourself, where you feel restricted and you feel trapped and you feel like you have fear of letting people down. You're starting to live out what you want to do, how you want to deal with those feelings, but also how you want to live your dream and what your true passions are in your heart. That your mind may be like, no, we cannot do that. We don't allow it during the day for you to even think that you have, any of this power or any of these options. But in the sleep, it's going, all right, now we can all pretend and play it while the monster's sleeping, you know? And that's what I feel is going on in your dreams, is that they are showing you your power and the freedom that you truly want, but you're not ready yet to express it in the outside world. So let's take a look here. I do want to pull for your general from the Return of Spirit deck here. Let's see what we got. Okay. What are your dreams about, Shruti? See if sexuality here. What kind of dreams are these? I'm just kidding. So, your sexuality is just as important as any other aspect of your being. And it's so important, in fact, that not one but two chakras manage and maintain our sexual energy. Loving sexual contact is vital for your emotional, physical, and energetic well being. It can be one of the greatest pleasures and joys of being incarnated in a human body. You're being asked to look at your desires, your beliefs, or your wounds around your needs. If you're feeling inadequate, unwanted, or unattractive, then it's time to begin a regimen of self love. It is time to restore any low self worth and negative programming you have about your physical body. We're often much harder on ourselves than our partner would ever be. Your negative thoughts or self image could be holding you back from experiencing the deeper emotional aspects of intimate love. And this card can also be indicative indicative of neglecting your intimate and sexual connection with your partner. Perhaps this is the opportunity to resurrect the feelings of desire and sexual attraction that you once shared. It could also be letting you know that it's important to make your intimate life a priority. Feeling sexual and playful is invigorating no matter your age, so put on your sexy and wear it proudly. Have fun with it and enjoy it. Flirt a little. Smile at someone you're attracted to. Dress up in something that makes you feel attractive and put your energy out there. Enjoy the gift of innocent sexual playfulness. And sexual energy is a powerful expression of our creative force. So you may find that by allowing your energy to flow, your creative energy will too. And by embracing every aspect of being human, we discover the truth of our own divinity. Well, well, well. So there we go. So that is what they have for you, Shriti. So many blessings to you. All right. Let's keep going down the list here. All right. Let's find out where I was. There we are. So, Anjou Tiklakar, you are up next. So, how will your soulmate journey to your soulmate be? All right, let's take a look. So, tell us about Anjou's journey to their soulmate. What would you like them to know? Okay. All right. Well, I like this for you because you have the Three of Pentacles, which is all about staying true to be your authentic self and doing what you love. So I feel like this journey to your soulmate is such an important piece of it is to not be drawn into other people's opinions and thoughts and beliefs and fearing what other people say if you don't do what they think you're supposed to do, and or that you'll lose support of people if you don't do what they say you're supposed to do. It's about you staying true to you, your authentic self. I also feel like doing what you love is an important piece of this. Like if you enjoy, um, I don't know, I don't know whether they're saying bird watching. If you enjoy bird watching, it's like go bird watch. And then you meet someone while bird watching and you have this commonality. And so I feel like that's part of your soulmate journey is being true to yourself, doing what you love, not being afraid. I guess that's why bird watching, because people are like, bird watching. That is something that some people really enjoy. And they are like, I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm going to go do it. Even if people think it's strange or weird, I'm going to go do it. And that's what I feel like they are wanting to do. It's part of your journey. Yeah. And Earth Mother, getting out into nature. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Part of your journey is nurturing yourself, learning that you deserve the love first, filling up with that love. And then that allows you, your self love, to be so full and open that you can love others more and receive love more because you cannot love another more than you love yourself. And you cannot accept love from others more than you love yourself. So the more nurturing you do, the more in tune you are to have a beautiful experience with your soulmate where you don't feel like you're just feeding them with a bird. Here we go, a bird dropper, a little the little droppers that they feed little baby birds with. Here you go, here's the love that I can give you, and that's only what you can receive back. Instead, it's flowing and full, and because of that. So I really like that. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is just doing the work, doing what you need to do in the outside world. And it's just, I feel like this is such an important piece of you focus on you, giving yourself what you need, nurturing yourself, being true to you, and not trying to change yourself to be who you think everyone wants you to be or what will attract someone or blah, blah, blah. It's like, but then you have to fake who you are the rest of your life or risk them finding out who you really are, and then it all ends anyway, right? This is all about this being true to you and your authentic self. And if someone can't appreciate it, then good. You're telling me that you're not the one for me, because your soulmate, the one that is going to be your final soulmate, is someone who loves you for you being you and not trying to be someone else. So I like that. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Same message. You find your wholeness and completeness within yourself. The nine is the hermit's journey. It's inward. You find your worth, you find your wholeness, and they are above and beyond added when they come in. And you, of course, this represents, there's always a bird in the garden of the Nine of Pentacles. And here it is, a beautiful flamingo. You stand on your own, and this is spirit with you, though. The spirit world, your posse of support that's always around you. So, it's like they're saying, find you, find your trueness of who you truly are. Spirit's always around you. Focus on that. And then you're doing what you love, and then you meet someone you love. Not you try to be someone to get love, and then you try to be yourself. It's reversed. And that's what they have for you. So that's what they like, Anju. Many blessings to you. All right, so Sky Falls, we are to you, and we are about 15 minutes away to the end of this session. If you, of course, donations get priority, so if you need your reading today, I will make sure any donations, that those readings are done before we close. But until then, I will keep going down in order. So Sky Falls, we are to you, and you're wondering, can you retire now? Sure. We'll see what Spirit recommends. Let's take a look here. We can always retire, but do you want to eat? Do you want to have a home? What are you willing to give up, right? Okay. That's funny. So they do show here. This is changing paths. The Three of Wands is about changing direction in your life. Ace of Swords, this is balancing your life. So it's really what I was saying. What are you willing to cut out of your life? What are you willing to balance? You know, we have the small t truths of the fears of losing conditional love, all our supposed tos, our shoulds, our need tos, and all of that. And it's like, well, if I feel like I have to do all this, then you have all this stress, right? They're reminding me of I used to be an IT manager at the company I worked for 20 years, and it was probably about 15 years in, and I didn't want to be in management anymore. I was just tired of working 50, 60 hours and all the stress, and I would work even from home when I got home, and that was a lot of my own fault because I put that pressure on myself. But I was like, I just don't want to do it anymore. I just want to be responsible for me. And I wanted to, that was the first time I attempted to start on my spiritual path. And I just want to do spiritual work full time. And so I was leaving, and people were like, what? How can you leave this job of almost making, 100 grand a year and all of this? How can you just walk away from that? I could never do that. And when I was like, well, I wasn't living, I was existing. It's not my passion. If I was like, my passion was being management, then yeah. But my passion is to dive into the spiritual world. But they said they couldn't do that. And I go, well, you could. And they're like, it really made them stop and think and go, I could. I just don't want to, because I don't want to give up these luxuries and all these things. I was like willing to downsize and, you know, um, get rid of a whole bunch of stuff that didn't matter to me anymore. And that's where this balancing is coming in here, is that you can really understand what it is you want and what it is you don't want. And if you look at, it's like, you can retire now, but what are you wanting? Can you retire now? by maintaining what you want to do, right? So they have the moon card here, which is all about looking deep into your world, right? It's diving deep into your unconscious, your subconscious, your higher self, what's behind the scenes. Really dive into the mysteries of what it is you truly are willing to maintain and not maintain. What is your true um, drive? What is your true passion? What do you want for the rest of your life? And they really have you looking at that, which is basically all of these. Because you have Capricorn energy, Saturn, and you've got the Hierophant with all the rules. This is all your thoughts and beliefs and mindset. So these two are really kind of intermingle. It's funny because it's the norm of the Hierophant, the spiritual leader. So you've got the priest and the devil, rah, but this is all about challenging your roles and your thoughts and your beliefs. And this is all about challenging your thoughts and beliefs as well. And it's all about your security in the outside world, the Four of Pentacles. You're going to have enough nuts, right? Do you have the balls to retire? Well, this is like you have the nut, the squirrel. Are you going to have enough? Is that what you're really looking for? But it allows you to really look at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about what you want from life, and what you will make you still feel full and secure, and understanding your sense of worth around it all. So that's their answer for can you retire now? So many blessings to you there, Skyfalls. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Let me just double check here. So Courtney said there it comes. Thank you, Courtney. Saying it didn't come through yet, but it looks like it okay. Yeah, you did do it through PayPal, Courtney. So thank you so much. It just took time for it to show up there. So let's take a look here. Okay. Yeah. So why does she want to know if someone else is being, if they don't want a romantic relationship with you? Let's find out. I know, right? Great question. None of your business, right? Oh, I'm so glad, Tatiana. I love how spirit can communicate to all, help us in so many ways. And so I'm so glad it helps out. Thank you. All right. So, Courtney, thank you for your donation, Courtney. I see that you did the PayPal one too. So, thank you. All right. So, let's take a look here. Why does Marquita want to know if you're talking to someone if they don't want a romantic relationship with you? Okay. So, yeah, because they're emotionally confused, Courtney. You're like, you're preaching to the choir on that one, right? Yeah. She has a lot of emotions. So she has a lot there. And I think she does. I think she does have these emotions, and I don't feel like I think she knows that she does. She just doesn't want to admit it. And because of the movement of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, it's like they're wanting to bide their time, and they're wanting um there's with these other cards, there's something inside of them that holds them back, in that they don't want to move forward and share their heart and be vulnerable. they just have a lot of emotional, the Seven of Cups can represent emotional blocks as well. And when that happens, if you think of like a Six of Cups with three cups on either side, there's this free flowing energy of emotion. But when that seven comes along, there's something right in the middle that blocks them. They're unable to, that block is what they're unaware of. And the emotions are there. They do have these feelings for you, but this emotional block isn't allowing them to do there, and they're needing time to work through that. And so that's why they care about that you're being intimate with someone else, because they want it to be them, but they're not ready to admit it to themselves out loud to you. And so they're working through this, and that's why they're uh, so a- agitated by it, is what I feel. Because we've got the temperance normally has like the Ace of Swords here, that is balancing out the small teachers, their fears of losing conditional love, and the higher truths, they're um, those that are rooted to unconditional love, and they get to see how they really feel, and set themselves free from things. And uh, so there's this, at the core of it is this fear of uh, being betrayed, and these emotional blocks are all rooted deep to their childhood. That's why some of it can be unconscious and subconscious, but they this fear being betrayed, they feel having their heart broken, and they fear because that's what they saw everywhere, either with their parents or friends or wherever. They just always saw betrayal. They always saw people letting each other down and being untrue, and so they're just like, I have these emotions, but I don't know what to do with them. But I don't want you to be with someone else because I want to be with you, but I won't admit it to you because I can't admit it to myself. But you shouldn't, but I want to, but no, it's like, oh my gosh, poor, poor person. And I know, I mean, we all have some sort of emotions like that go on, but this just feels like uh, so, so much pressure in her heart. And here's that Innocence of Swords, Page of Swords. So this is the awareness. This is the Ace of Swords that helps cut away. The Ace of Swords I talked about here is usually this one here. So they have this pursuit, and they're trying to understand and cut away these old thoughts and these beliefs that are rooted in fear, so that they can be freed from the cage that they have their heart in, and allow their heart to feel and be. But she's working on that. And here's the Heart of Wands. So the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, is about trying to get her power, trying to understand who she is, trying to be able to express her power. And so this is her journey that she's on, and she's headed that way. But that is why she's so concerned. But she has this block that she has to deal with. There's nothing that you can do about it because it's all inside her. And so it is her journey. The only thing you can do is send love to her, and then she will work through it eventually. When it becomes so much, when the ugly feeling of her not being able to express her love outweighs the fear of losing love, that's when she takes action, either really doing therapy, doing shadow work, whatever, do to be able to overcome that, to move forward, or whatever it may be. But I like that, Courtney. So I know, right? What are you going to do? But now that you understand where she's coming from, rather than going, why are you being such a weird person? You can go, oh, I have compassion for her now. So I think that's everything they have for you, Courtney. Let me just make sure here. Yeah, it's the universe, ending of major cycles, beginning of new. So it is coming. It's just going to take her time to do that. So that's what they have for you, Courtney. So many blessings to you. Thank you so much for your donations too. Very, very appreciated. And thank you everyone else who's given a thumbs up on the video. It is of course free, which is the perfect price, just a little click, and it makes the YouTube algorithm so excited it wants to share the other videos of my channel with other people too, not my other channel, but my recorded videos with other people as well. So thank you guys so much for doing that. All right. So let me scroll back up here. Got about 5 more minutes, so let's take a look and see what we got here. All right. There we are. So, beautiful heart and soul. You want to know the X or new love is the X. Oh, okay. Which one's for your highest good? Okay. So we'll pull cards here and let's take a look here. So X first, okay, and then new love. Can you clarify this for me? Okay, yeah. So, well, your new love, boom, easy answer. But your ex taught you here because the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. And you have the 6 of Swords, and is that the, yeah, Spirit, the King of Swords, which is all about thoughts and mindsets and expectations. And I feel like your ex taught you to that the wish fulfillment that you had before, you really moved of new ways of thinking. Like you thought they were what you wished for, but you're like, I made adjustments. And so out of the two, the new love is for your highest good. But I like that they explained for you that, well, the X was for you to adjust what you thought your wishes really were, because we learn from relationship to relationship more about ourselves because they're a mirror for us. So we make adjustments to what we expect of ourselves and others and a relationship, but we also learn what we don't want in relationships too. I thought I wanted that, but no, I sure don't. So that's what they have for you, beautiful heart and soul. All right. So let's keep going here. Let me just double check. All right. So, Anjali, so what are you learning through your current situation? All right, let's take a look here, Anjali, and see what Spirit would like you to know around this situation with Satish. I know he's on your mind a lot. I know. Okay, let's take a look here. Can you clarify that for me? Okay. So you have the emperor here, and what Spirit is saying is for to be able to, have proper closure, you're going to do it without him. This emperor here is you taking control of your kingdom, and you're not worrying about what they will do or won't do or whatever, because um, you are on this journey here. You have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is about you finding this new worth of how you relate yourself to the outside world. And you're doing this through the Six of Swords, which is you're looking at your old ways of thinking and moving into new ways of thinking. And how this helps you with your situation with Satish, and forgiveness and forgetting. And when we have a belief that their actions were something that happened to me, We are going to go after them and be the police, the judge, and the jury and try to condemn them for having done this to me. What happens when we start looking at things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, and we no longer allow them to have our energy? Forgiveness is not letting them off the hook. Forgiveness is us letting go of the wrath. It's us realizing in reality, and I know, hold on while I say this, that there's nothing to forgive. It's like, What? What do you mean?" The first time I heard that, I reacted because I was like, "What do you mean there's nothing to forgive? Don't you see what they did to me?" They said that they were gonna be, in my situation, they said that they were gonna, be faithful, and then I find out, you know, they've been around town. What's this all about? What do you mean? And they're like, "Well, whose expectation is that?" And I'm like, "Well, that's just the rules." And they're like, "Who made up that rule?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. Someone at one point, didn't you?" And they're like, "No, we have no rules up here." And I'm like, "Well, so you're saying that whatever that person did, breaking the rules I had, that I shouldn't be upset with them?" And they're like, "You came down here to experience what you wanted to experience, but everyone is a mirror for you. So they are showing you something about yourself. And so their actions have nothing to do with you. They have everything to do with them. So you don't have to take it personally." And I was like, "Well, hold on. I'm taking that personally." That I had to take a step back and breathe. Okay. So their actions, I understand. If they're unhappy on the inside, they're all off doing whatever they want to do out there. Okay, I get it. Their actions are not about me. I can't make them happy if they're not happy on the inside. I get that. But still, they broke my rules. And they're like, "But look into the mirror because that's you looking back at yourself. What did you want to learn through this?" That's where the backhand felt like a slap. What? And I looked into the mirror. And then, of course, one of the messages was, "Well, you're cheating on yourself with others because you're looking at your value in others. So you're cheating on yourself. They might be cheating on you in the physical world, but you're cheating on yourself, because you're looking for them to define you, but they don't. You define yourself. Self-worth in here, retail price out there." And it's like, okay, I get it. So I broke my own rules. And so who am I to judge them, for that? And then I learned, especially after 3 out of my 5 relationships, they all did that. Suddenly realized, I think I'm supposed to learn something from this. And it was, now I look back and I look at them as all my teachers and I bless them because each of them showed me how I felt about myself until I saw it. Whether, it was not honoring a physical commitment of, not going outside the relationship for any intimacy, or how they spoke to me, or how they felt like used me for my money, or whatever it might be. It was about me and for me. And I realized, oh, this was all about my own self-respect. Because, I was looking at them as disrespecting me in all these different ways. And I was like, well, I'm not respecting myself because I was giving myself up for all of them, trying to change to be who I thought they wanted me to be. That wasn't respecting me. I wasn't respecting me. How could they respect me? I wasn't being faithful to myself. Why would I expect them to be faithful to me? So, some beautiful, beautiful forgiveness happened when I realized, oh, well, I don't, if I'm guilty, how can I condemn you? I, let's just, I'm forgiving myself. I'm releasing you too, and so there's this kind of awareness that can come through here, and it will come. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is about slow movement in the outside world, but you have the Chariot, which is fast movement inside. So you are doing a lot of movement, a lot of change within yourself to do this. And it will make its way to the outside world, but start here on the inside. Start with you, realizing that you have the power to choose what emotion you feel as you go through anything. And you are the one that assigns the story to anything that happens in the outside world. That's the Chariot card, that we have a choice between the two horses. I get to choose a story that's related to the fear of losing conditional love, or a story that's related to unconditional love from above. I have a choice to choose an emotion that's related to fear of losing conditional love, or an emotion that's related to unconditional love. So my story, my thoughts I put to it, and the emotions I put to it are mine and no one else's. And so that's that Emperor. You get to sit in the seat of your power and you get to decide. So that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you, Anjali. Hang in there. I love this journey that you're on because you've made so much ground on it just in the amount of time that I've read for you on here. And I'm so proud of you. So keep going. All right. All right. So thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given me. I've hit my 2.5 hour mark. I'm a little bit over that. But if you are needing a message tonight, and of course, I understand that not everyone can give donations, but I do have a lot of free playlists too, of pick a card readings, of weekly energy updates, monthly readings, um, portal readings, just a bunch of different ones that are out there. And so if you go to my main page, there all the playlists are listed. And if you go there, just follow your heart and spirit will guide you to the video that has answers for you. They're very smart that way, I always say. I also offer personal readings at a slight fee. All that information is in the description box of the video down below. So you can always reserve one of those. And of course, I did put out, let me put it up here again. We have giveaways each week of a 30-minute free personal recorded reading. Let me put the playlist out here. So there is a weekly one that I do based on the weekly energy updates that I put out. I guess I can put that out there too. And then also tomorrow, actually in a couple hours, we will be putting out the final 1 hour personal reading that I'm giving away. But there's also within that playlist, within those winner announcements, there's another giveaway for a hedge of peace and love. So be sure to check that out too. So I have all that. So all those playlists I have for free readings. I'm sorry, personal readings and those giveaways. And I'm here every night of the week. Every night. And then also on Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. So a lot of opportunities. I know I can't get to everyone, and I wish I could. I wish I had unlimited battery where I could just sit here 24 hours a day and do readings, because that would be like the dream. But I'm human still, for at least now. So if I wasn't able to get to you, please try back again or try those playlists, and I will be back soon. So just in the meantime, please remember that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, you guys hang in there, take care of yourselves, have a great night or a great day, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. Take care.